What's up YouTube, Doomlix here, and today I want to talk to you guys about my predictions and hopes for Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which was reported to span from July 5th, 2019 all the way to July 29th, 2020. Now the way I'll be speculating / predicting what MCU movies are set to release next are based on certain news reports, confirmations from Marvel, the MCU's track record on how and when they tend to release their films, as well as personal preference. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting July 5th, 2019, we have Spider-Man Far From Home. The sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, which is set to take place after the events of Avengers 4, is confirmed Spider-Man will get a new costume, and the main villain is reported to be Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, it's kind of funny that the film's subtitle is Far From Home, seeing that Spider-Man's already been to Washington DC, Germany, space, another planet, oh, and the f***ing afterlife! Now moving into 2020. On May 1st, I predict it will be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, seeing that James Gunn, the director and writer of the first two films, tweeted out that the script has been completed, and Guardians has been a highly valuable IP for Marvel in recent years, so having the film released in May is a no-brainer. As well as this film giving us the first official introduction of Adam Warlock, and giving us a chance to explore more of the cosmic side of the Marvel Universe. Also, more Howard the Duck, please! Moving on to July 31st, 2020, I'm expecting the Black Widow movie. Personally, I'm not really craving a Black Widow movie. I think she works best as a supporting character, but if they want to explore more of her backstory, which was teased in Age of Ultron, so be it. There are reports saying that Marvel is trying to lock down a director for the film. With that being said, I'm expecting the film to be a mixture of Red Sparrow meets Jason Bourne with a Marvel twist, which could have the story centered around Natasha's past coming back to haunt her, and maybe have Bucky, aka the Winter Soldier, fight by her side, seeing that these characters have history with one another in the comics and in the MCU.
I was covering my engineer, so he shot him straight through me. Soviet slug, no rifling. Bye-bye bikinis.
Yeah, I bet you look terrible in them now.
Yeah, right. On November 6th of 2020, I have Doctor Strange 2. Now, the first Doctor Strange came out in November of 2016, so now would be the best time to go on another magical adventure with the Sorcerer Supreme. And based on Marvel's track record, 4 years has been the longest time gap for a sequel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to be released. I expect Doctor Strange 2 to focus on Doctor Strange trying to stop Mordor from killing magic users on Earth, and maybe introduce Nightmare as the main villain. Also, I think it'd be great to have Scarlet Witch appear in the film as somewhat of an apprentice to Doctor Strange to help control and expand her powers. Now we're moving on to February 12th, 2021, which I believe is going to be Black Panther 2. This one is a no-brainer. The original Black Panther film is the highest grossing superhero solo film worldwide, raking in over $1.3 billion at the box office. There's no doubt in my mind that Disney and Marvel will attempt to strike gold yet again, with the sequel being released during Black History Month. Personally, I would like to see Black Panther 2 tackle the repercussions of Wakanda revealing themselves to the world, and have a certain nation challenge their power, specifically Atlantis, as well as introduce Namor the Submariner. Seeing that both characters and nations have had a bitter rivalry in the comics, I think it would be interesting to witness the most powerful nations in the Marvel Universe at war with one another on the big screen. On May 7th, 2021, I'm banking on Iron Man 4. This is going to be my most personal request throughout this entire video. It may not actually happen, but May is usually reserved for Marvel's biggest franchises, and what better Marvel character to kick off the summer movie season than Iron Man? Personally, I just want a redemption for the Mandarin after the events of Iron Man 3.
Where's the Mandarin? Where is it?
Whoa, he's here, but he's not here. He's here, but he's not here.
To me, that was such a waste of Ben Kingsley's talent, and the lack of respect towards Iron Man's arch nemesis. There's still a lot you can bring to the table for Iron Man 4, especially when it comes to having the Mandarin as the main villain. First, there's the concept of science versus magic, the potential of Pepper Potts becoming Rescue, having Stark team up with Doctor Strange yet again, and maybe have a climactic battle against Fin Fang Foom. However, I think once we've seen what happens to Iron Man at the end of Avengers 4, then we'll have a better understanding of Stark's future in the MCU. On November 5th, 2021, I'm expecting Thor 4. Thor Ragnarok was a huge turnaround for the Thor franchise within the MCU, and I think Marvel wants to capitalize on that. Plus, the last two Thor films were released in November, so based on the studio's track record, we may be in for another adventure with Lord of Thunder.
God of Thunder.
On February 18, 2022, I'm expecting the next movie to be Nova. A Nova movie has been reported to be in development for quite some time now, being teased in Guardians of the Galaxy with the first introduction of the Nova Corps. Also knowing that Thanos invaded Xandar and took the Power Stone during the events of Infinity War, it would be interesting to know how or if they recovered from that event. As for which version of Nova Marvel will go with, I'm betting on Sam Alexander because 1. Diversity, and 2. The events of Infinity War can easily tie in with the character's origin of Sam's father, who was secretly part of the Nova Corps, killed during Thanos' attack, similar to Sam's comic book origin, and maybe Captain Marvel can assist him on his cosmic journey. On May 6, 2022, I'm expecting Avengers 5. It's only a matter of time until Disney and Marvel makes another Avengers movie. However, the question is, how is the studio going to top Thanos? Without the Fox deal, Marvel doesn't have access to Doctor Doom or Galactus. Maybe they can get the rights to Kang the Conqueror through some loophole. Or maybe Marvel could take a more down-to-earth approach by assembling the Masters of Evil against the new Avengers, because trying to top the Thanos story arc this early may lead to a recipe of disaster. And the final film to wrap up Phase 4 on July 21st, 2022, I have Spider-Man Homecoming 3, or as I'm going to call it, Spider-Man Coming Home, which is actually a story arc in the comics. Having the third installment of the MCU Spider-Man being the end of Phase 4 would make for a great character arc for Spidey, going from being a rookie superhero under the mentorship of Iron Man to becoming his own man, that has seen it all as a superhero, and maybe be considered a part-time Avenger.
What the
Also, I'd love to see Spider-Man fight against the Sinister Six this time around, whether it be by himself or with a few allies by his side. Honestly, for me, that would be the most epic moment to witness in a Spider-Man movie. Personally, I hope Marvel Phase 4 can make this dream become a reality. So there you guys have it, those are my predictions for the future of Phase 4 within the MCU. Let me know how you like to see Phase 4 be tackled, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, it really helps me out, and subscribe for more content from me on Marvel and other films in general. I'm DMLX, I'll see you in the future.